It's game on. We are big on sports. Big on sports.
Welcome back, and you're still watching Game On right on Urban TV. Remember, this is an HIV and AIDS Awareness Month. All you have to do and all you must do is go down to any medical facility, get tested and know your status. If found positive, get on treatment. If found negative, endeavor to keep your status that way. And if you can't abstain, make it a point to use protection during sexual relations. And for the married couples out there across the country, stick to one partner and get off the sexual network. Now, of course, I have another special guest in studio. That is Stanbic Bank, a marketing manager in, that is Sonia Karamagi, who is here to not talk about, well, a few other things that might include the packaging, but of course the forthcoming MTN Marathon in regards to that situation. Good afternoon, Miss Sonia.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
I'm very well.
This month we're running the HIV awareness campaign. I don't know about you, but I know about me in terms of knowing my status.
Yes.
And it's something we're trying to, of course, spread across the country. In your take, are you a fan of this kind of campaign? I mean, would you love to go out there and create a platform where you can actually encourage the youth across the country to abstain or indulge with protection?
Absolutely. I'm actually an advocate for awareness against HIV and also just getting the word out there. And I like that you said the youth, because those are future generation, and we have to educate, we need to sensitize them. So to your question, I'm actually an advocate, and I'm very happy that the word is actually going around. And if I'm called upon, happy to support.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before we get into the whole situation as to why you're here and talk about what Stanbic Bank has to offer as far as the MTN Marathon is concerned, people out there might not necessarily know who Sonia Karamagi is. Maybe a few that know who you are. Could you tell us who exactly this Miss Sonia Karamagi is?
Okay, so like you said, and thank you for the warm introduction. Sonia Karamagi Kasaga is my name, and I work for Stanbic Bank as the Senior Marketing Manager.
Okay.
Yes.
That is just it?
That's it.
Nothing outside your life as far as you're concerned, a sports lady, a mother or something, I don't know.
Well, I must admit, I do work out, but I'm not a fitness freak.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting there.
So many people have actually come out to say that bankers, including yourself, senior marketing managers, the title form, don't get time to go out there and exercise themselves. All they know is counting our monies and keeping it safe.
That's a wrong perception. Let me just correct that. We actually do find time to take care of our personal lifestyle activities. So I don't know about that perception, but generally I just think that people don't know that banking can be fun. It has some seriousness to it, but we actually do find time to do all the other extracurricular activities.
Okay.
Yes.
There's so much truth in what you just said.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Well, let's talk about Stanbic's history and sport in Uganda. Could you break it down for us?
So Stanbic Bank has been a huge supporter of sports in the country. We've had our hand in so many sporting activities, so cricket, basketball, soccer, rugby, and that's not it. There's so much. So what we do as well is we support regional and international games. So if you've been following closely, we recently sponsored the Zone 5 regional basketball.
Yes, here in Kampala.
Yes, as the platinum sponsor. And we've also had our hand in the rugby, supporting the rugby Cranes, the Ugandan team.
Okay, the sevens team or the 15s?
The sevens.
The sevens, okay.
Yes. So we've really been out there, and the reason we do this is, first of all, sports is something that is passionate. We want to touch the passion points of all our communities and the people in the communities. And you know, Uganda is such a sporting, the audiences are such sporting fraternities. And we want to be a part of their lives. And how best to do that? By supporting our own communities.
Financially.
Yes. But something else we do is, I don't know if you've heard of the interbank competition.
Interbank competitions, no,
we
I
have
haven't.
the annual Bankers Gala. It brings together all banks, come together and compete against each other.
This is the in-house stuff or the customers or the clients?
No, it's customers.
Okay.
So you go to all 25 banks in the country And what happens is we compete against each other.
Okay, in any sporting discipline or just the one?
So it's both indoor and outdoor games.
Okay.
So what that does for us is our people who are our employees also take part. So it's employees that take part in the games.
Okay.
Yes. So and that increases productivity and engagement, and it's a way. It's one of the ways, actually, going back to your point. If we do have fun, it's one of the ways we engage our employees. Yeah. And then there's also the corporate league, which happens across all the different corporate organizations, not necessarily the banks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward, tell us about your involvement with MTN ahead of the 2017 MTN Marathon.
Okay. So I'm actually pleased and excited that we've been a huge supporter of the marathon. Our partnership goes as far back as 2004.
2004.
And yes, I believe that is when
you've been consistent
the
since
MTN
then.
Marathon, absolutely. So we've been consistent. We've consistently supported the MTN Marathon. And for us, it's one of the things that we look at. And the proceeds for this year specifically going to improving school-going children.
That's your cause, as
yes,
Stanbic Bank.
As Stanbic. So it's in line with our corporate social responsibilities. As you know, the children, school-going children, are our future generation. So we're quite excited that these proceeds will be going to fighting cancer.
Fighting cancer as well.
Yes, for school-going children.
Okay.
So to your point, we've consistently supported the MTN Marathon for the last 14 years. And we're excited. I mean, it has turned out to be the most exciting and well sort of sporting event in the country. Yeah, so.
If I may ask, as Senior Marketing Manager, what's in for you, I mean, as Stanbic Bank? Because looking at the last 14 years straight up, I can imagine there could have been a year or two where you feel like, you know what, our monies are not really coming through in terms of money value. What's in for you? What is exactly that's one thing you look out for in terms of gaining?
So for me, it's really about creating awareness.
Okay.
Are we really getting people to know the deep-rooted issues that are affecting us, young people in the country? How are we able to transform lives as an organization, not Sonia specifically, but as Stanbic Bank? How are we spreading the message? And I believe this is one of the ways, this is one of the initiatives, the MTN Marathon, that has actually helped us build the awareness about our children, through, fighting for fighting cancer in the schools, and basically improving on the education system. It's a big part of what we do.
Can we say those are the reasons as to why you have been part of, or you are part of this year's event, the schooling, the cancer, and also the other causes that you might want to put across?
Yeah, so if you recall, Marathon has been, so last year it was about sanitation, improving sanitation. And it still ties back to community development. So it's not necessarily the kids, but you'll find that this year specifically, because our agenda and our corporate social responsibility is aimed towards improving and developing school-going children.
Okay.
So for me, that is a very passion touch point for me and the rest of the organizations, yes.
I probably want to ask, I mean, yeah, you come through and put and contribute. Of course, this year I don't know how much you contributed, but I'll probably ask that later. But do you have any other involvements financially? Because you talk about school-going children.
Yeah.
Do you have extra monies that actually go to those particular schools besides through the marathon?
Yes.
Okay.
So we run what we call the National Schools Championships.
Okay.
It's a huge corporate social responsibility program that we run as a bank. So not necessarily the marathon, through the marathon, but as a property that we own as Stanbic, we use the national schools to spread across the country. We go to over 40 schools across the country, and we're able to empower, nurture, and basically improve knowledge in the schools. So there's other avenues that allows us to reach the school-going children other than the marathon.
Interesting. So how much this year have you put in the marathon?
Oh, so this year Stanbic Bank has contributed 225 million shillings.
225?
Yes.
That's cash?
Cash.
Interesting.
Cash
and
down.
you always get like say feedback in terms of where your money has been put at, like legit.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
And for us, I mean, being able to partner with MTN, like you said, it's a legit company.
Okay.
And we are updated every after the marathon. We know where the money has gone. We're
Okay.
able to see
And
how it
track.
has impacted the communities.
Okay.
So in terms of tracking and measurement, we're absolutely satisfied with our contribution.
That is life-changing money. But quickly,
It
as we
is.
wrap it up, how many participants are you sending out there, and are you inclusive as well?
Yes.
Okay. So how many are you
So
sending out
in
there?
total, we'll be having 200 registered
200.
employees,
Okay.
and we've been consistent over the years. I think we've been the single company with the most registered runners. So we have 200 registered staff that will be running. But also, just to add to that, we are using our Garden City and William Street branches as collection points.
Collection points for.
So for the running kits.
Okay.
So for everybody that has been able to register,
Understand big.
no, register across
for the marathon.
For the marathon.
Okay.
You can walk into Stanbic Garden City branch or Stanbic William Street branch,
Okay.
and you'll be able to collect your kits. And this closes actually on the 17th, which is Friday. So you only have, I think, a day,
today and
2
tomorrow.
days. Yes,
A day and a half.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Miss Sonia Karamagi, for coming through. Senior Marketing Manager,
Yes.
Stanbic Bank.
Yes.
I'm sorry I couldn't let you speak about the other packages, but yeah, that's probably for another time. But yes,
That's
thank
okay.
thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for
Hopefully
having
you
me.
and your staff will
Yes.
be there.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
we'll be there. Thank you for hosting me.
You're
and,
welcome.
Yeah.
What race in particular? The 5, the 21, the 42, or
So I will be running the 10.
the 10 kilometer?
Yes, I will run and walk, but I will be completing the 10-kilometer
Okay.
race.
You did that last year as well?
I did.
Interesting. Sonia Karamagi, the Senior Marketing Manager with Stanbic Bank, of course, they are also a part of the companies that did involve themselves with MTN. With the MTN, that is a telecom company ahead of the MTN Marathon, which will be happening this Sunday, the 14th edition. All you have to do is register yourself and be part of the good cause through mobile money, which is 23,000 Uganda shillings, and also via any MTN service center, which will be 25,000 Uganda shillings. The categories are the 5-kilometer fun race and also the 10, the 21, and the 42. We'll take another small breather. When we get back, another special guest does get to join me as we talk about the forthcoming house inter-university games.
Game on. It's game on. We are big on sports.